us for our sins.
Christ, pardon me.
Easy, easy. Nice and slow. Go! Ja! 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 Quick! Quick! Go! Ka!
I just got this now. Ow!
What is that? Go! Whoa!
Ka!
Changes faster than my old woman's move.
Go! Ja! Ja! Quick! Ja! Whoa! Ja! Go! Ka! Go! Easy, easy. Nice and slow.
Welcome, sir. What can I do for you?
When is the last time you buried an executed man?
Why do you care?
I want to know where he's buried. To see his grave.
To see his grave? Really? It's damned odd that you want to see that grave in particular.
What's so odd about it?
Because the last executed man I buried was a fucking sorcerer.
What?
You heard me. A sorcerer. When they arrested him, he had an arrow stuck in his head. But he kept on living. It wasn't no fresh wound. It was old, healed. The thing stuck out of his head like a tree branch.
He was no sorcerer. Just a regular fella who got in the way of an arrow.
Tell that to the village crones. Of course he was a sorcerer. Nobody can survive an arrow in the head. There's magic and witchcraft behind it. Even the priest said so. Good thing we strung him up right away. It could have turned really nasty. He'd send a plague upon us or something worse.
Ah, nonsense.
Are you trying to say our priest don't know what he's talking about? I ain't telling you shit. Now get out of here before I really lose my temper.
It's a blessing to see someone doing their job dutifully. I can see you take good care of the cemetery. I'm sure the abbot would be interested to know you're so conscientious.
Thanks, sir. You know the abbot?
Of course I do. I'm on my way to see him now. I'll tell him about your good work.
Thank you, sir. I'm sorry I was so rough with you. I've got to be careful. I'm sure you understand. There's all sorts of strange fellas lurking around here from time to time. I have to keep things in order.
I understand. But now hurry up and show me the grave.
The grave you're looking for ain't in the cemetery. Can't have witchy bastards like that lying here among decent folk.
Where can I find it then?
If it was up to me, I'd have thrown him to the wild dogs in the forest. At least then he'd be useful for something. But a sorcerer has to be buried. So I dug a hole near the big willow tree behind the cemetery wall.
All right. Thanks. Easy. Easy. Nice and slow.
Die! Ka!
That looks fresh. Oh, shit. It's him. Yeah. Phew. I've got it.
Ka!
Whoa, whoa.
Greetings to you. Aw, you pooch.
Ka!
Quick! Go! I'm looking for Pasha. Have you seen him around here?
Oh, you must be that good Samaritan, helping us out with our little matter.
Maybe. And who are you?
They call me Heir. I've been waiting here for you. Pasha had to return to the camp. He's got duties to attend to. Leadership duties. See?
I get it.
So, do you have it? Did you find the arrow?
Of course. I'll keep my promises.
All right. Show it to me.
Well, why not? Here it is.
Sweet Mother Mary. I never thought I'd see it with my own eyes.
I'll be happy to give it to you, but not for free.
I know. Pasha promised you a reward, but I don't have any money for you. I was supposed to wait for you here and take you to the camp. Pasha will pay you there.
Well, that's a shame. I was thinking it was too easy. Well, let's go then, eh?
Why is this all sticky? It's filthy again.
Hey, where did you find it? I mean, where is Karel buried?
In Sedles. There's a big willow tree near the cemetery. He's buried beneath it. What, do you want to put flowers on his grave?
I'd like to, but there's no time. Pasha has big plans with the arrow, so I reckon we'll start robbing again soon. I'm worried what will come of it.
What are Pasha's plans?
Robbing? On a grand scale. Well, he's not like Karel. Pasha wants gold, booze, ores. Most of all, revenge. I'm afraid it'll end badly.
Well, maybe it won't be so bad. Things will settle down in a few days and go back to how they were before.
I wish. I reckon things will only start getting wilder and wilder. Pasha's got everything planned. Who we'll take revenge on, who we'll rob. There are savage times ahead. I don't want to go back to the camp. Pasha's leading us straight to hell. Hey, listen, let's talk. I have to tell you something. Come here.
What's going on?
Hey, listen up. Pasha mustn't get the arrow. If you give it to him, well, you'll be killing us all. The man doesn't know when to stop. He'll drag us on raids we won't come back from.
What do you suggest?
Give me the arrow. I don't have any coin to pay you for it, but you'll be doing the right thing. You'll save a few good men from certain death.
You're the same bunch, aren't you? Why shouldn't Pasha have it?
Well, because if he gets his hands on it, he'll kill us all.
What kind of nonsense is that?
It's the truth. Pasha isn't like Karel. Karel was like an holy man. He preached like a priest. We kept talking about humility, about how we only need a little to live. He always said, an humble life can be a good life.
He sounds like a good man. A shame.
He was. Pasha, on the other hand, well, he's different. He keeps babbling about how we'll have mountains of gold just as soon as he gets his hands on the arrow, and how he'll take revenge on all those who did him wrong. Well, he's like a madman. I'm afraid he'll drag us into something that'll have us all swinging.
That's the risk of being a bandit, though. It can cost you your neck.
So it is. But I'm not going to hang just because Pasha wants his vengeance.
If I give it to you, what will you do with it?
I'll go somewhere far away and start my own gang. I don't need mountains of gold or revenge like Pasha. We'll be happy with a little and we'll have a good life. Like with Karel, and the arrow will help us.
I'll give you the arrow, but only if you promise me you'll stop robbing people and find honest work.
I could lie to you, but I'll be honest. I was born a thief, and I'd like to die as one too. I couldn't handle being cooped up in some workshop all day or shoveling shit on a farm. I want to start my own gang, and for that I need the arrow.
Well, all right. Here it is then.
Thanks, friend. I hope we meet again, and that I'll get a chance to repay you. Look after yourself.
Go! Ka! You said you were going to tell me more about the Devil's former band.
Has the lost Liechtenstein surfaced yet?
Well, not yet. I'm working on it.
Why do you care about the Devil's Pack, then?
Well, maybe I'll run into them somewhere. It wouldn't be a bad idea to know a bit about them.
Anyway, only a few fellas out of the whole glorious pack survived the shitstorm, and it's not certain they are still alive. As far as I know, Matthew, Bahuta, Raniak, Janosch, and Eder survived. I only know where to find Bahuta. And maybe Matthew. But who knows?
Tell me about Bahuta first. Who is he, anyway?
Well, Bahuta, he was always in trouble. Angry as a dog and covered in bruises. He and his brother could drink all the beer in the inn. Just the two of them. Then they would make a terrible ruckus.
It sounds like you three would get along well. But you said his brother was dead.
Yes, he died right before Bahuta's eyes. Not pretty. Bahuta has been acting weird ever since. He dropped everything overnight and turned to prayer. As if he was scared of being next in line.
Where can I find Bahuta?
At the rectory in Grunts. He helps out with the church.
Did you ever see him again after they caught the devil?
Yeah. But there was no reasoning with him.
You think it'll be different now?
Look, I don't know. Maybe when he hears the devil's back, he will come to his senses. But I doubt it.
I'll go over there and try to talk him into it. There's no harm in trying.
But be careful. Bahuta was never far from giving someone a beating. Maybe he's still got that in him. It was Slavic who kept him from ending up on the gallows because of a fight. Oh, but he's already with the Lord.
I already found Matthew. We can forget about him.
Why?
It seems he's taken a liking to robbing, and has his own band now. They tried to get me, too.
Oh, I told you he was a fucker. Too bad. He could have come in handy. He was good at his trade.
What about the rest of the band? You mentioned more than one person.
Of course. That leaves Janos, Ada and Raniek. I don't know where they are, but I can tell you about them.
Who is this Adder? What kind of nickname is that, anyway?
Oh, that's easy. He's called Ada because he can't keep his snake in his breeches. He's Polish. He does not speak our tongue, so only Janos can speak to him, really. But otherwise, he's a fucking hilarious. And when shit gets tough, he can really handle it.
Do you know where he could be?
I have no idea. But if you find Janos, Ada will be nearby. The two of them are practically inseparable.
How am I supposed to communicate with Adder? I don't speak a word of Polish.
Yes, you do. We all say kurwa. You must use your hands and feet for the rest. I always manage, and so will you.
Tell me more about this Raniek.
Raniek has a great aim. Slightly better than me, even. Oh, and that bow of his, I tell ya, is a masterpiece. That is how you will know it is him.
How did he get that bow?
How do you think? He won it playing dice. But that was the first and last time he ever won anything. If anyone is really unlucky, it is him. But he would not stop if you were to cut off his hands.
Do you have any idea how I could find him?
Oh, I don't know anything about him. Try asking around at inns where they play dice. It is possible he lost his hose in one of them.
Did you ever see him again after the devil was captured?
Oh, just once. He wanted me to lend him money. He did not have any to bet with. But I was skinned and looking for a way to get the devil out of jail. Either way, I told him to fuck off, and he listened to me.
Tell me about this Janos.
Janos? He's from Hungary. He speaks like a Tatar, but at least you can understand him a little, unlike Ada.
And how did he get here? Did he defect from Sigismund?
Not at all. He did something back home, had the gallows waiting for him, so he fled to Moravia. He was having the time of his life until recently. Wine, women, and song. But now he has problems because people take him for a human. But if you knew how he can cook, give him a dead rat and half a carrot, and he will cook you a 3-course dinner.
How can I recognize this Janos?
Like I said, he looks a bit like a human. He speaks almost like we do, but in a queer way. Where you talk to him, you will definitely notice it.
I'm already liking this Janos. I think we'll get along well.
Janos, why?
I like good food too. Life is always better with a full stomach.
You two will surely get along then. Janos has seen a lot of the world, tasted everything. If you let him, he will talk about it all day long.
Thanks. I'll go and look for them.
They may sound like a bunch of morons as I tell it, but they will be damn useful to us. Good luck!
You going to go run into the gaffer, you piece of shit?
Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Praised be Jesus Christ.
Now and forever.
Excuse me, are you Bahuta by any chance?
That's right, I am. If you're here to right old wrongs, be my guest. God knows I deserve it.
I don't need to right any wrongs. The devil sent me to see if you would rejoin his band.
He is free, and he still hasn't learned. Anyway, tell him I'm definitely not going back to that life.
Why don't you want to go back?
I want to reform myself, to redeem myself before the Lord God, and to earn his absolution. There is no way to do that if I am with the devil.
I'd like to find the rest of the devil's pack. Do you know anything about any of them?
Just Ranyek. It has been a few days since he was here.
What did he want from you?
He was begging me for some coin. He said he had a game in Pshitoki, and that he would definitely win this time. As always.
Ranyek still hasn't given up dice, eh?
That fella will never learn, and he's already lost everything. He won a really nice bow once, and he's had nothing but bad luck ever since.
Do you know where I could find him now?
Last time he told me he had a game arranged in Pshitoki. Maybe he's still there.
Thanks. Hopefully I'll find him there. I'll be on my way. I probably won't convince you anyway.
Hold on. While you're here, we can pray for the devil's soul together. God knows he needs it badly.
We can, though I don't know if it'll help anything.
Every soul can be reformed if it so desires and sincerely repents of its sins. Look at me. I used to kill, drink, spend nights with whores, but I learned that it was the wrong way, and now I'm trying to make amends.
Why all of a sudden?
Come pray with me and I'll tell you. Hey, how did you get involved with the devil anyway?
By accident. It was thanks to Jan Žižka.
So, you know Žižka too. Where from?
It's a long story. But if you came to the Devil's Den, I'd tell you all about it over a beer.
Nice try, lad, but I'm staying away from the drink. It's just not worth it. What do you think of the devil anyway?
I trust Žižka to know what he's doing. He knows the devil pretty well.
Žižka is slightly less of a bastard than the devil. I don't know how he can stand him. The ends justify the means, I suppose. When your neck is on the line, you'd better be sure those two bastards are worth it.
Where did you say you wanted to pray?
Right here, at my brother's grave.
Is that Slavek's grave?
You know my brother's name?
Aye. Kubienka told me about you both.
Aye, we were in the band together, but the priest was kind enough to let me bury him here.
Was that important to you?
It was. When Slavik was killed and the band broke up, I didn't know what to do. Father Havel put a roof over my head and showed me a completely different life than I had known before then. Together with my brother, I buried my past here, and vowed over his grave that I would never harm another living soul.
This is where you want to pray for the devil?
Here is where I found reconciliation and peace of mind. Where else should I pray for the devil to find his own?
Why did you decide to leave everything behind and start a new life here?
Because of my brother. I was with him in his last moments. He was completely overcome with horror. I never thought he could be so scared.
But you must have been used to seeing death.
He did not fear death, but what comes next? He knew the kind of life he had led, and everything he was responsible for. Now he's paying for it. It may be foolish, but I believe that if I reform myself before the Lord God, he might forgive Slavik too.
Don't you want to help the devil?
That's not up to me. He has to help himself. I can only pray for him.
Too bad. I was hoping I could convince you. So was the devil.
I thought you said you wanted to pray for the devil.
Oh. Aye, all right. Let's pray for him together then.
Yes, that would be best. Aye, but it's Latin, so listen carefully and repeat after me. Pater Noster, qui isn't careless, sanctify cater or no man's tomb. Adventure ad rectum to whom, fet voluminous to her, seek it, inhale it, enter her. Your turn now.
You're saying it wrong. Listen. It goes like this. Pater Noster, qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum. Adveniat regnum tuum. Fiat voluntas tua. Sicut in celo et in terra.
All right, I know the rest. Panem most room. Quote idi.
Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimite nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimitimus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducas in tentationem, sed libera nos a malo.
Amen. I know it too. That's all I can do for the devil, so you'd better get going now, eh?
I've got my eye on you.
That madman. Why did he do it?
What are you staring at? Fuck off before I flatten you.
Let's just take it easy. I'm not looking for any trouble.
You do the right thing. Now you're gonna die!
Sick!
What the... Oh, I knew it was spoiled. Ah!
Oh, my God! He's dead!
Pies! Sweet pies! Fruit pies!
Whoa, whoa.
Take off a bit more, he says.
Ah, what a shame. But I warned you, there was no point hiding your cows from the army in the forest. Better for a wolf to take a few of them than for the soldiers.
Ka! Whoa, whoa.
Ka! Quick! Quick! Ja! Ja!
Whoa.
Don't believe. I've traveled the whole world, and now I will tell you the amazing things I've seen and experienced. In our land without
I'm sorry.
Wie geht's, mein Herr?
I'm looking for someone. His name is Raniek, and he carries a nice bow.
That means nothing to me.
And he plays dice. A lot.
Ja, jetzt weiß ich's. Gestern hat sich völlig betrunken. Yesterday with some Pole. They were causing a ruckus until the morning. And I'm still feeling sick.
This drunk Pole, was his name Adder, by any chance?
Ja, Adder. They say there's a whole Geschichte behind it.
Aye, I know it. I'd like to know where he is now.
You should ask the butcher's wife, Eve.
Why should I ask the butcher's wife?
Well, why do you think?
Do I have to make you say it? How does this concern Adder?
It's just some village clutch.
Look, I've heard a lot about Adder. If he was sticking it where he shouldn't have, I'd rather know before some cuckold comes at me with a pitchfork.
Knowing our butcher, you're not far from the truth, glaub mir. Letzte Nacht, Adder suddenly disappeared, just at the same time as the butcher's wife, Eve, did.
She left alone at night.
Leider ja. Her man passed out on the table right there in the inn. What else could she do?
So Adder took the opportunity.
Natürlich.
So where is the local butcher's?
If you go to the village from here, the butcher's Grundstück is the very last one.
I'll go to see her. Maybe she knows something.
You should be careful. The butcher does not like seeing other men around his Eve.
Where can I find this Raniek?
Try asking the man who paid for his losses yesterday.
Was he broke?
He lost a small fortune here yesterday. It looked like he was going to get a nice beating because he lost more than he had. But a bunch of Kerler from Bilani, who also came to play, lent him some coin. I reckon they felt sorry for him.
And do you know where I could find these men from Bilani?
In Bellany, I reckon.
Thanks a lot.
Tut mir leid. I can't really think clearly after last night. If I were you, I would ask the Belani innkeeper. With luck, you will run into them right there.
I should ask the Billany innkeeper about the other players, aye?
Yeah, Spieler from all around meet at his inn, so you might just run into them there.
Why would they pay for Ranyak? Did they know each other?
I do not think so. Maybe they just felt sorry for him. They played a lot themselves. But you could see that Ranyak just could not stop.
She's not that stupid. Stupid? Certainly not. She arranged it.
I'll be on my way. And thank you.
Nichts zu danken.
Know him? Nah. Some outsider. A stranger. Well, that chap's on honor. Good to see you.
No, needs a bit more. Good evening to you.
I'm looking for someone, and the innkeeper said you might be able to help.
Is that so? Who is it?
A wandering man at arms. He's a foreigner, a Pole. They call him Adder.
And the innkeeper sent you to me. How nice of him. As if the whole village didn't know already. Now he's going to tell everyone who just walks by. Who are you anyway? Some friend of his?
On the contrary, they sent me to find him. He's a dangerous cutthroat. I have to catch him before he hurts more people.
Christ, is that really so? He's going to murder my old man. He and the other men dragged Ada out of the village, saying they'll kick his ass. But now I'm more worried about them.
And where will I find your husband, Ada, and the rest?
Outside the village, in the direction of Kuttenberg. There's a lone tree in the middle of the field. You can see it from a distance. They said that's where they'd take him, so that no one can see them.
I heard you had some affairs with the Pole.
I beg your pardon? Did the innkeeper tell you that? That lying old bastard?
Oh, so it's not true?
Of course it's not. I mean, not that the Pole wasn't interested. He was looking at me all night at the inn, but I avoided him. If my husband noticed anything, I'd be in big trouble. But he got so drunk he fell asleep on the table, and I couldn't wake him up. So I got up and went home alone. Ada must be damn quick, because he beat me home and waited for me at the door.
What did he want? Did he hurt you?
No, and I don't know what he wanted either. He was drunk, and since he doesn't speak our tongue, I couldn't understand him. Then he hiccuped, fell to the ground and started snoring.
And what happened then?
He's a big man, so I couldn't move him. I just left him sleep there till morning. That's when my husband returned. And when he found him, he threw a fit. He thinks I had something with Ada. Me! Me, who has been loyal to him all these years. If he'd taken one good look at Ada, he'd have seen it wasn't even possible. Ada was still dead drunk in the morning.
You said others went with your husband.
Aye, some men from the village.
How many of them?
How should I know? 3? Maybe 4?
And did they have weapons?
They're no soldiers, but they carried axes.
That sounds like even more trouble. I hope we can sort it out peacefully.
Please, tell me they won't get hurt. My old man put them up to it. It's not their fault.
Don't worry. If I can, I want to settle this peacefully. I'm sorry, but I couldn't help but notice. Is that bruise from the butcher?
He doesn't mean it. He just doesn't know what he's doing when he's angry.
I'll at least give you something for the pain. Here you go. A potion for the pain. It should help you quickly.
Thank you.
I better go and see your husband. The sooner it's over, the better.
Hurry up, please. God bless you, sir.
Go! Quick! Ka! Ka! Quick!
Panie, mój Boże, wysłuchaj mnie. Całe życie mordowałem i ruchałem. Więcej razy paliłem kościoły, niż byłem u spowiedzi. Wybacz swemu słudze. Wybacz i pozwól mi jeszcze tylko raz wykastrować tych bezbożnych skurwysynów!
Shut up! No one can listen to your damn gibberish!
Twoja baba i tak do końca życia będzie pamiętać o mojej polskiej kiełbasie!
I'll shut that gob of yours!
Ciebie i twoją matkę piekło pochłonie. Niech was piekło pochłonie!
Wait! Stop!
A co to za kutas?
What do you want? And who the hell are you?
Leave him alone and untie him.
Why would I do that? Do you know what that bastard did?
If you're talking about the rumors in the village, it's all lies. Nothing happened.
You don't know what you're talking about. That whoreson defiled my wife, my Eva, eh? He should be glad we're only gonna hang him. If I had my way, we'd castrate him as well.
That scoundrel belongs to the Lord of Suchdal Fort.
What does he want with him?
He defiled the Lord's cook, 2 maids, the captain's wife, and stole a statue of the Madonna from the chapel, over which he then did all kinds of lewd acts. They're building a gallows for him at Suchdal.
But what about me? I want satisfaction too, or at least compensation.
You want to argue with Peter of Pisec's armed men? They're already on their way.
As you wish, she's all yours. But the cow is mine, and she's coming with me.
Oh, fuck.
Chwała Polsce, kurwy! Jebać mnie!
He's twitching too much. I'll have to cut the other end, on the tree.
Boli. O kurwa, było blisko. Gdybym nie miał chociaż tego kruciochwiku.
he shows up ever again.
If he's got anything in his noggin, he's not coming back. He better not.
O kurwa mać. Mało brakowało. Kimkolwiek jesteś, masz krzepę. Ale teraz to sam bym wpierdolił tym gównojadom.
I reckon you want to know who I am, right? I'm Henry. Henry.
Heniek, a dlaczego ty mówisz do mnie jak do głupca?
Yes, that's me. Henry. I was sent by Dry Devil. He's waiting for you at the Devil's Den.
O, żeż kurwa, czart żyje? To jeszcze go nie powiesili? Kurwa, patrz, głupim to szczęście sprzyja. Te kiepy niemyte ciągle się z nas śmieją. Kurwa mać, aż mnie świerzbią ręce. Hej, młody, daj mi jakąś broń.
Bronny... What?
Broń! Rozumiesz?
A weapon? You want me to give you a weapon?
Tak, kurwa!
Well, you don't need a weapon right now. What for?
No jak to kurwa czemu?
You want revenge, right?
No gdzie tam ja? Spójrz na te gębusie. Czyż widziałeś kiedykolwiek człowieka bardziej miłującego pokój?
If you're playing innocent, you're not doing a great job. I'm not giving you anything. You can murder whoever you want in the Devil's Den, but now we need to go.
Ależ z ciebie jest cipa, wiesz? Gdyby to był Janosz, ten by mnie tak nie zostawił. A co z Janoszem? Przecież zostawiłem go tam na pastwę losu.
Janos. You mean Janos Uher?
No Janosz! W Myskowicach go schwytali.
You mean Miskovic? Janos is in Miskovic.
Tak, w Myskowicach.
Fantastic. I'll go and get him, and we'll be at the Devil's Den in no time.
Ale do diabła, pojmali go!
He was what? Doesn't matter. I'll find him. You go to the Devil's Den.
No dobra. Ale tylko tego nie spierdol, kurwa.
He shows up ever again.
If he's got anything in his noggin, he's not.
Good doggy. Good boy. Greetings.
What can I do?
I'm looking for someone. His name is Janos. He's from Hungary, and he speaks in a strange way.
A fella just like that is in the pillory right now. What do you want from him?
And where is the pillory?
Are you blind? You must have seen it. It's right on the square. There's a very nice view of it from the bailiff's house.
What did Janos do to end up in the pillory?
He was trying to kill the blacksmith's helper. He almost succeeded.
And he jumped him, just like that, out of the blue.
No. Loiser caught him stealing from the forge at night. But that scoundrel attacked him and nearly beat him to death. The guards caught him just outside of the village.
Where can I find the bailiff?
He's probably at the blacksmith's. Loiser is in pretty rough shape and there's no way to tell if he will survive.
Here. I'll be right there.
What do you need?
What's going on around here?
Martha, the wife of our blacksmith here, she arranged a job and is... No, if I...
And you don't know why they beat him up?
You'll have to ask him yourself.
And who was that?
A hired hand from Visoka, a village up...
Thanks.
There are also...
Right here?
Not yet.
What happened?
They howl and what so now? And that's...
Sounds it. Can I spend the night? I'll pay.
But...
That's enough for me. Agreed. I hope that'll be...
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Now, just to close up. Christ, pardon me.
What will it be?
Where can I spend the night?
Behind the tavern, there's a shed next to the barn.
What do gape at? Fish face?
Dry Devil sent me. He's looking for you.
Tell him Janos busy.
Oh. All right, then.
Doriti, I just pulling pistol. Get me out of here, brother. My neck on line, hey?
What's happened?
I was hungry. I want bite to eat. You understand, eh?
Of course I understand. When I'm hungry, I find something to eat. That's obvious.
Finally, somebody understand. I just look around for something. What happens? This cock-up come back. Everybody can shit himself. You too, no?
Who came back?
What I know? Some cunt. He's so crazy, he go for me. That's some crazy shit, no? What can I do, eh? I wag him a little bit. And now Bailey waiting to see if he die, and then I go swing.
How can I get you out of here?
Wait until Bailey's henchmen fuck off, then pick lock.
And what about the key? Do you know where it might be?
Bailiff should have it, or one of guards. But what? You going to rob a bailiff, eh? You want to join Janos here? Better just pick lock. Quick. That fucking yokel die any moment to spite me.
Supposing I had a word with the bailiff.
You soft in head, eh? Where they will find you? You remain bailiff, he come hang me right away.
I can't make it any worse.
What do you expect from that? If the yokel don't get better, bailiff never let me go.
Maybe he'll let me try and treat that villager.
Yeah? You some kind of sawbones or what? Eh?
Sort of.
Good for you. Just don't fuck up, eh?
I'll try to get you out of here.
Do it quick, Preboha. Before that spiteful crocodile...
Careful.
No, sorry. Good day to you.
Master Bailiff, what's gonna happen with that fella in the stocks?
I swear to God, if Loiza, the poor lad he almost killed, doesn't make it, I'll have that bastard hanged. A death for a death.
Loiza. He's the local who was wounded.
Wounded? That brute nearly sent him to eternity.
How about I treat this Loiza boy? Would you let Janos go free?
What do you care about him? Is he some pal of yours?
Oh, God, no. But I need him.
All right. If you heal Loiza and pay for that scoundrel, I'll let him go. But don't let him show his face around here again.
What exactly did Janos do to Loiza?
He slashed him with an axe, the murderer, right in the stomach. He's got a deep, gaping wound there, like a gate to hell. We don't have an apothecary or a sawbones here. The herbalist says he only has 2 more days left.
I'll go to see Loiza.
As you wish, but be careful. He's in a really bad shape.
Poor fella. He's barely breathing. That wound looked quite scary. But it's not so bad, really. It's deep, but it's clean, and it's not bleeding much. Maybe some potion will help him. If it was just a gash, he'd still breathe normally. That's all I can find out now. Janos really fucked him up. But if I clean the wound and bandage it tightly, he may recover in time. A healing potion wouldn't hurt either. I'm gonna bandage you now. Hold on a moment. I have a healing potion for you. Drink this. You'll feel better. Marigold decoction will speed up the healing. Hail Mary, full of grace. The Lord is with thee. Please grant Loisa a speedy recovery. He has done nothing wrong. He doesn't deserve to die yet. This I ask as your faithful servant. Intercede for him, Lord God, and your Son, Jesus Christ. May Loisa recover soon, and may he continue to serve the Lord as a good Christian. Well, that's done. It should be enough to keep him alive. I've already treated Loisa. He'll be all right.
Really? Well, it's true he's looking a little better now. He has a healthier color and all.
So everything worked out well. Can you let Janos go free?
Well, all right. But pay up first. Loisa needs something to live on while he's recovering. Think of it as compensation.
I'll pay right away. There you go. Now you can set him free.
Here's the key to the pillory. It's better if you free him yourself. I don't want him spitting on my boots.
What are you doing? Hey.
Easy, easy. The bailiff is letting you go. Go to the Devil's Den. Dry Devil is waiting for you there.
How you did that? Hey?
I healed that poor wretch that you battered. So the bailiff is letting you go.
All right. Thank you, fella.
You can thank the Devil and Zizka. They sent me for you.
Devil? How he get free, hey? Last I know, he rotting in chains.
Me, Kubienka, and Zizka freed him.
Zizka? That mad bastard here? Now that is something to look forward to. And what about Eder? You find him too?
He's in the Devil's Den already. He nearly got hanged in a neighboring village.
Him too? What did Polish fucker do this time?
It seems he was, playing hide the sausage with the Pshitaki butcher's wife. And the butcher wasn't too forgiving.
Ah, typical of him, to get hanged for some wench. Well, anyway, I will go now. We meet there.
We'll meet at the Devil's Den.
I hope. We got things to drink to.
Go! Go! Die! Ka! Ka! Quick! Ka! Go! Ka! 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 Oh, whoa. Ja! Ja! Ka!
And women of virtue, gather round and listen.
Go! Whoa! Whoa!
My luck keeps up all the way over the sea.
My humble respects.
Did you see a lad named Ranyak around here? He's a passionate gambler.
Aye. I suppose he was here. What about him?
Do you know where Ranyak is now?
No. But try asking the dice players. He played with them all night long. Maybe he told them where he was headed.
Are the dice players here? Just point them out to me.
That's them. At that table, over there. They sit there playing dice every single day. The devil knows where they get their money from.
How did Ranyak do at dice?
Terribly. He had the worst of luck. I almost felt sorry for him. He owed a lot of coin at the end of the night. I'm not all that surprised they were keeping an eye on him to make sure he didn't run away.
Take care.
I apologize.
Greetings to you. How can I help?
The innkeeper said you were playing dice with Ranyak.
You know Runyak? Then you must have a drink with us. A friend of Runyak's is a friend of ours.
Thanks, but I'd rather know what happened to Ranyek.
Impatient, aren't you? We can take you to him right now, if you want.
Where are we going?
To see Ranyek, of course. You want to see him, don't you?
Look, don't be angry, but if I'm coming with you, I want to know where we're going.
You don't trust us much, do you?
Of course not. I don't know you at all.
I get it. I just didn't want to tell you right away, lest you misunderstood. Ranyek's dead.
What? What do you mean, dead?
Well, he's passed on. We wanted to show you where it happened, at least.
What happened to him? Were any of you involved?
No, not at all. God forbid. Ranyek was a good man. But the way he went... I don't even want to talk about it.
Bullshit. Ranyek only came here a few days ago, yet you talk about him like you've known him for years.
You make friends quickly playing dice, and we liked Ranyek right away.
Because you milked him dry, eh? Ranyek lost more than he had, so you beat it out of him. Am I right?
That's not what happened. I mean, he did lose a lot, but we never laid a hand on him. It was all his own doing.
So what happened to him?
He drowned in shit.
Why don't you drop by and we can talk about it?
You pervert.
No, that's not what I meant.
I know exactly what you meant. You'll get your money back, don't worry.
All right, just don't take it the wrong way.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'll give you another week.
Do you take me for a fool?
No, really. I swear. When it was clear he had no way to settle his debt, he started looking for a way to run. And we've seen this shit before. So we kept an eye on him. He tried saying he was hungry, thirsty, needed to get some air. Finally, he said he needed to dump a load. We didn't want to watch him shit himself, so we let him go. We waited outside the privy so he couldn't fuck off. But the bastard tried to flee the other way. He climbed through the hole, under the boards, and right into the shit pit. We went around the back, thinking he'd pop out. But he never made it.
Didn't you try to help him?
Ugh, no. There were bubbles coming out in one place for a while. But then, well, he was gone. He owed us a lot. But we're not wading through shit for it.
Where exactly did he drown? I reckon I'll have to pull him out.
I really don't envy you. The shit pit is back there, behind the inn. Go round the outhouse and you'll find it. Just follow your nose. Take care,
aye.
friend.
We didn't have such dice when I was young. We shaped them out of clay. Played round any number.
Worthy sir.
I can't.
You swine!
Enough! I surrender.
Fuck you!
I'm all yours. Let's see what you're made of, you bastard.
I'll beat you to a bloody fucker! I'll sort you out next.
That was
For
something.
glory and carnage, die!
Come on then!
No mercy!
Janos and Ada are back, so that's a reason to celebrate. Are you drinking with us?
Let's have a toast to that.
Toast? Nah, we get drunk like hogs.
To pytam się jej, czy nie chce wskoczyć na konika.
Ada, for fuck's sake.
A wiesz co ona mi na to?
She says she don't understand shit, huh?
Shut the fuck up, both of you.
A co ty taki wrażliwy?
Did Henry take his sweet time with a rope? Or are you this stupid from birth and I just forgot?
Nah, he's thicker now. If Henry let him choke any longer, he'd be drooling on his shirt.
Chcesz mordę?
Shut up! Fucking hell.
What biting your arse, devil, huh?
I wanted to say I'm glad you and Ada are back. But I don't feel like it anymore.
No to my się sami napijemy. Na zdrowie!
Yeah! To us!
You should raise a toast to Henry. You'd be dead if it wasn't for him.
Leave it be. You needed men, so I got them.
Don't be modest. You saved those arseholes' hides. They won't even thank you.
Shishka's right, you ungrateful bastards. That we should all thank Henry for bringing us to the same table again. So, to Henry.
To me, then.
May he live long and longer for every drink.
Ah, how you drink, he live forever.
Want a punch in the snout?
Don't start, you pair of cocks. To Henry.
To Henry.
Za tę śliczną cycatkę z łaźni.
Only them? You have more, no?
Tell us about it, Henry. What happened?
I also found Matthew, but he grew tired of your pack. He prefers robbing old crones by the road.
Zdradziecki, zapluty szczur. Jeśli wejdzie mi w drogę, zatłukę go, kurwa, jak świnie!
What did he say?
Nothing nice, I'd imagine. But he forgot to add, kurwa!
What about the rest?
And Raniek is dead.
Somebody rammed dice down his throat.
Not quite, but it was dice that paid him back in the end.
Kurwa! Dał słowo, że tym razem na pewno wygra. Ale znamy się jak łyse konie. Miałem go lepiej pilnować.
Don't feel bad, hey? He not want help and he don't deserve it. What about the rest?
And Behuta, he has decided to redeem himself, so he could pass the Lord's judgment.
Co za jełop. Nawet Bóg ma go w dupie. Ha!
He got to try hard. Wake up before sunrise, pray, give up meat and beer, and womans. Fuck, poor bastard.
That's it. That's everyone.
So, we are the only ones?
Unfortunately. But the best remained.
So, to loyal brothers in arms.
Yeah, to us! Long live us!
W moim ogródeczku rośnie różyska. Napój mi, Maniusiu, mego kunicka. Nie chcę, nie napoję, bo się kunia, kurwa boję. Bo się kunia, kurwa boję, bo mi jeszcze młoda!
Nice. We also have one like that.
To teraz ty, młodzieniaszku, dawaj!
What did he say?
He say you sing now.
I'd be delighted. Underneath our windows, water flows so clear. Take my little horse there and water him, my dear. I won't water him, though. No, I can't anymore.
Cudownie! Pięknie!
Henry, my friend, Janos love you.
A mnie nie?
You most, my sweet other.
No to wypijmy za to!
What did he say? We drink to that.
Of course we'll drink.
Two last drop, Henry. That is the way. You tell us some story, eh?
Fellas,
I could not say it better.
Amen!
oh, kurwa. I feel like shit. Your hand cannons have done us more harm than good.
But we shot that mare beautifully. The devil himself couldn't have aimed any better, and he's skilled with hand cannons.
How long have you been a warrior?
I was supposed to be a carpenter, but the job wasn't for me. Most of the time I couldn't even hit the chisel with my mallet. Then I lost my master's money playing dice, so I had to run away. Then I came across a group of mercenaries, and they hired me. Once I got a taste of money, I chose to stay. So, it's been a while now.
Who taught you how to fight?
No one. I was absolutely awful. But I could drink their command under the table, so they let me stay with them. I learned the rest as I went along.
That commander, was it the devil?
No. I only met the devil later, with another band. I've been through several. Once they stop paying, or you run out of things to steal, it's best to go and try your luck elsewhere.
That's exactly what happened when they captured the devil, isn't it? The band broke up.
More or less, but I think he understands. You see? That's mercenary honor.
What honor?
Exactly. There is none.
Why were you the only one of your band who tried to save the devil?
I don't think I could sleep easy if they actually executed that old bastard. Fuck, I know the devil better than I know my own old man. And he still owes me groschen from our last trade. And I take that seriously.
How do you know Zizka?
I think I know him from the ambush near Prague.
Who did you ambush?
His men actually ambushed us. Actually, the outcome was quite similar. They jumped us at a bend. Before we knew it, blood was spilled. They killed our whole band. I was the only one to survive.
Just you? How so?
I was so fucked up that as I cocked my crossbow, the bowstring broke off and slashed my hands.
And you still have both of them?
Saint Bibiana must have been watching over me. My gloves came off, revealing bloody gashes on my palms, like Christ himself. I reckon they had fun watching me jump around, curse and flail my arms. So they kept me. I kept that bloody bowstring for luck.
So, how did your trial by fire go last night?
Honestly, I've no idea. but I haven't felt this sick in a long time.
Aye, well, Janos and Adar didn't spare you. But usually they only drink someone under the table like that just once.
You always drink like that?
Almost always. The mornings are hard, but at least you clear your head. And often your stomach, too.
So what's next, now that your band is back together?
Well, I've got Kubienka, Adar, and Janos. It's not much, but it'll have to do. Now we just have to figure out how to give hell to Sigismund.
What am I to do?
Well, didn't you say you needed to find Liechtenstein as soon as possible?
Aye, I'm working on it. I'd like to learn a new combat technique.
Well, why not? And since it's you, I'll show it to you twice so you'll understand it. If you're a good lad, I'll show you one of my best tricks with a sword. Or how to quickly send the bastard who's against you to the devil! But it can only be done with a sword. And what's more, you can't have a shield in your other hand.
That sounds good. Teach.
Of course. The main thing is, if you do it... Good. You could be
Excuse me.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Henry, I was wondering when you'd turn up.
My back.
My God.
Hey, my lovely. Zizka told me you found something out about Liechtenstein.
If only just Liechtenstein. I've only been here a couple of days, but I seem to know everything about this city and its sinful people. And about the Pope, the second Pope, Sigismund, Wenceslas, about the sickness of old men, the desires of young men, who I sometimes have to beat off with a stick. Simply everything. The tavern seems to be the fount of all knowledge. Here it comes.
You'll have to tell me more about the sinning part. That sounds interesting.
You youngsters are all the same. But work before pleasure. After we find Liechtenstein and free Cape On, we'll see.
I'll look forward to it. But anyway, about Liechtenstein. Anything new?
Well, there might be something. One of the girls I talked to told me her sweetheart frequents some nasty alehouse. And one of the regulars there recently started buying drinks for the whole house. Which is suspicious, because this fella is practically a beggar. Goatskin, they call him. They asked him where he got the coin, and he boasted that he was spying for some rich lord.
All right. That sounds promising.
Of course, it doesn't have to be Liechtenstein, but there can't be that many rich men who pay spies. And we have to start somewhere.
That's true. And you've spoken to this goatskin fella?
Not yet. I was rather hoping you'd do it. That grubby alehouse is a bit too wild, even for me.
That's saying something. Well, trying to get sense out of drunken wretches is quite a skill of mine. Does this place have a name?
I'm not sure if it's a name, but the locals call it the Hole in the Wall.
I see the owner's got a sense of humour.
Unfortunately, I don't think it's a joke. You'll find it in Hot Prink. There's no other alehouse in that quarter.
So goatskin in the hole in the wall. I reckon I remember that. I'll go and check it out.
Before you go, I wanted to ask. Nobody ever told me why we're actually looking for this Liechtenstein fella.
He might know where they're holding Cape on.
I'm sure lots of people might know that.
But Liechtenstein's on our side. At least I hope he still is. You never know these days.
But who is he? And why is he in Kuttenberg?
He's a young noble from Jobst's council. His family have domains in Moravia and Lower Austria. He's here to gather information about the enemy for Jobst. And judging by how important it was for Istvan to find out where he is, he's a real thorn in their side. And they're out to get him.
So we're getting involved in noblemen's schemes again. That means trouble.
I'll do my best not to get us mixed up in all that.
Sure you will. But it can't be helped. There's a war on, and we have to fight. Watch out for yourself, Henry. I have a bad feeling about that district.
You're not the only one.
May God give you help, sir.
I've given you a cent. Don't fuck with me, you whore son. I don't have a brush into my Right, what are you going to do about it? You don't have the coin? All right, bastard. Come on, then. Fuck you, whore son. Stop beating him. Hey! Curva! You never saw that coming. I'm wounded. I'll be done with you in a flash. Why did you do that? These days, no one's Yo, kick the...
What are you doing?
Ready to die? Stop beating him! Oh, this is unbelievable! Fuck you! Big mistake, you cunt!
The stocks with him.
Fucking bastard!
You're lucky I don't kick shit I see on the ground. He doesn't hurt anyone else. Who's lying here? Filthy vermin. Someone's there.
Are you all right? Wake up! Come on!
Fuck this shit.
I'm sorry.
What are you here for, friend?
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. Do you know him?
You'd be surprised the people I know.
So you know where I can find him?
Look here, youngster. Whether I know him or not, the main thing is I don't know you. Got it?
I might be a stranger, yeah. But everyone had to come here for the first time once, didn't they?
Well, that's true enough. This alehouse hasn't stood here since the creation of the world. Although some of the guests look like they have. If you need something, ask Chenyek. I just pour ale. And he might even tell you something about that bastard. I never liked him much anyway.
You're talking as if he's not here anymore.
Kurva. Just go and see Chenyek. I don't know nothing.
I'll drink to that. Today.
Apparently, the city council is organizing another collection for a...
I'm looking for a fella called Goatskin. Do you know him?
Aye. But I reckon I ain't gonna tell you nothing.
Why not?
Because I don't know you. Although the way you're kitted out, you seem like you might fit in here.
See, I didn't say I would contribute, but I'm not giving them a single groschen until I see cut stones,
I'll fit right in here. After all, I'm in the trade.
Funny, I ain't seen your mug before, though.
No, I ain't from this neck of the woods. I do business mostly out of Colleen, only the catchpoles there are on my heels. I done in this fucker what owed me a pile of glint, only the bugger turns out to be the son of a councillor, so he needs to lay low for a bit, see? A mate of mine sent me to see Goatskin. Says he owes him from way back and he'd get me fixed up like...
One of ours from Colleen. Well, that's another story. Our doors is always open to you fellas. What was it you wanted to know?
I'm looking for Goatskin. I hear he used to come here.
Aye. Thing is, ain't nobody seen him here for a few days.
But he used to come here?
Aye. He was here day in, day out. Only this time some burly lads came here and duffed him up proper.
Do you know the men who beat him up?
No. But there were some Jews among them, and that's pretty odd. Seeing as how they don't usually get mixed up in nothing.
Why did they give him such a beating? Did they say anything?
Well, Goatskin is a right knobhead. Always asking for it, he is. But I reckon this time it was about his big gob. The last week he was coming, throwing glint around. And when we squeezed him about where he got the coin, he said he was spying for some lord.
And does this lord have a name?
He didn't say. We didn't swallow his yarn about spying, anyway. We reckoned he made a score and just wanted to look like a big man.
What happened to Goatskin? Does anyone know where he is now?
No word. But I reckon he's holed up somewhere, licking his wounds. Seems he stuck his nose in a wasp's nest, and he won't be sticking it out again for a while. If you're going to look for him, try it at night. He don't stray far when he's on the job. Usually between Hradek and the horse market. He goes after drunks. So I try asking in the local drinking dens.
All right. What does he look like, though? He can't be the only fella who likes to relieve drunks of their purses.
God's truth. But you'll know Goatskin when you see him. They call him that on account of how he got kicked in the head by a goat as a nipper. He's got a dent in his forehead you could use for a game of marbles.
Why didn't you defend Goatskin? Isn't he one of you?
He is and he ain't. I'm no saint, but that Goatskin stepped in some nasty shit and then walked it in our door and all. I ain't saying we don't look out for each other, but there's limits, innit?
I'm sure you know the town better than me. What drinking dens are there on Goatskin's patch?
Between the horse market and Hradek, there's the Black Horse, a miner's tavern. Wayman the taverner used to be a miner, and then there's the Big Bathhouse. It belongs to some bloke called Adam. He tarted the place up big.
Any others?
None I know.
Thanks. I'll go and look for him.
I wish you luck then. He ain't the brightest, but he's got a real talent for saving his own skin. Once you're done with him, come by and see us. Seems after all you're a pretty handy bloke. We could use the likes of you.
If you've got some job for me, you can tell me straight up.
So what kind of work do you have for me?
A job worthy of your skills. But first, just a little test to see that you're not as dim-witted as that arsehole Goatskin. What is Wycliffe's first thesis?
Poverty and modesty are the sole and true virtues in a Christian's life. Even the church is supposed to be poor.
Nicely put, but wrong. Second question. Which estate has the greatest reformatory potential?
The church?
I asked who should start the reform, not who should be reformed. A reformation is the last thing the church would want. The answer is the common people.
After our talk about Goatskin, I didn't think you'd know about these things.
You thought we were just paupers who couldn't count to 5, didn't you? But now let's see who's the pauper. Last question. Who is the rightful king of Bohemia?
Wenceslas. There's no doubt about it.
Indeed. All right. Now let's talk about the job. Maybe this will disappoint you a little, but it concerns Wenceslas's brother. It's he who will secure your place in our humble company.
From what you said, I gather you're not spying for Sigismund. It's rather the other way around, huh?
We call ourselves the Guild. We profess the ideals of equality and brotherhood. Our only law is the Holy Bible. Worldly justice is as fickle as a common whore. yielding to those who are in power.
Justice for me or the gallows. Aren't you afraid to end up there?
Friend, one must be willing to suffer for the truth. Sigismund is a usurper. And the church and the magistrates are but a lowly horse spreading her legs for Sigismund. As long as we go against Sigismund and honour the scripture, our souls remain pure.
What if I go and tell the bailiff you're calling him a whore? Just out of courtesy, you know?
Go ahead. Perhaps you are one of the lucky ones who are not harmed by Sigismund's presence in Bohemia. Maybe you don't mind selling a piece of your conscience by ratting us out. As for me, I will go to the town hall with my head held high. But you?
Don't worry. I was just teasing you. I think the same of Sigismund. Tell me about your operation here.
We are who we are, and we do what we do. Like the early church of Jesus' apostles, in unity and fidelity to his words. I'm in charge. I plan all our missions. Goliath is the muscle. Knuckles, well, he mostly complains. But he also knows his way around locks. But we're all equal. We share the profits equally, but we don't do it for the wealth. We want to drive Sigismund out of this town.
How can I join you?
You want to join us already? I don't have to talk you into it. That's great. We're not particular about formalities. Let's just have a beer, and then you're one of us.
Here's to the guild.
To the guild! That reminds me. I'd like to throw a feast for the poor. The bigger the better.
Didn't you say you were just ordinary people with no money?
We are. And this is where Sigismund comes in. Because he's going to pay for the feast out of his own pocket.
That was a good one. How are you going to make that happen?
Me? No. You'll make it all happen. Listen carefully. Sigismund seized land down in the valley near Pach and built his personal warehouse on it, right under our noses as a provocation. There he stores fancy foods and gifts for his commanders, and for that red-bearded gob of his. Sausages, smoked meats, foreign spices, and more. Fancy delicacies from Italy, Hungary, Slavonia, and all the other shitholes where he owns land. While we're eating porridge and cabbage all the time. You will steal all the food you can carry from that warehouse. And as a nice token, you will leave there... Let's see... What would you leave there?
Nothing.
You're such a cheapskate, aren't you? No way. It would be nicer to leave a head of cabbage for him. Get at least one head from the greengrocer and leave it there for Sigismund. Let him eat for once what we have in our bowls almost every day. But I'm warning you right now, no violence. Don't even think about slitting anyone's throat in that warehouse. The job isn't to punish some poor sod on guard duty. Is that clear?
Got it. What should I do with the stolen food?
You'll give it to the beggars. Let them feast like kings for once. It's not hard to find poor people in the town. Just go to the gates or churches, and you'll surely come across some. There are also tents full of them in Minor Street, Church Street or Cobbler Street. When you're done, come and see me, and we'll figure out what to do next.
Sigismund will be fucking livid he can't enjoy his fine sausages. Can I expect any help from you?
If you need some tools, stop by Knuckles. That's all I can help you with.
All right. I'll head out.
Good luck.
I'm sorry. I wasn't paying attention.
I'm sorry. There's half the town. And that goes for Councilman Nars as well.
Of course he does. He's the one sending him there.
My respects.
You have a kind master.
Careful.
Oh, I can't go any further. It's too deep. Easy. Easy. Nice and slow.
God! God!
Whoa! Whoa!
Hey, you're not allowed here.
What does that mutt want over here?
Pissing. You can't be here.
God! God! Quick! Quick!
Honey pies! Pies like no other.
Slowly. Nice and slow.
Whoa!
Huh? He took something. He's a thief.
What does that mutt want over here? Huh? Shut off! Huh? Clear off, you mutt! Get out of here! Quiet! Go away!
What does that mutt want over here?
Shut off! Leave it! Shoot! Quiet! Go away!
What? You're...
Sit. Stay.
Are you trying to nick something? I caught you red-handed. Surrender, now! Well, what'll it be?
What?
Huh. Strange.
What are you doing?
Easy,
reading about it?
easy. Nice and slow.
You should have a light.
Mutt!
Well, come to your senses yet?
Barracuda.
Whoa, whoa. Easy, good horse. Slowly. Nice and slow. Whoa!
I don't know yet. Christ, pardon me.
People, gather round. You won't believe this. A whole village burnt to the ground. Hell on earth. Just a few days' walk from here. You have to hear this. In silver scallops, they say. Without warning.
I'm sorry.
Attacked by Cuman troops. In one afternoon, they burned down the whole village. Killed all the villagers. And drove the local lord out of his own castle. You see what that ginger fox Sigismund is doing to our land? He wants to burn us all. Go on quick.
Oh, fuck you. I'm telling you, Conrad's going...
About the greatest evil and danger on God's earth. Men fool me.
Good morning, lad.
I brought you some food.
Dear God, I must be dreaming. So much food, it's like a royal feast. I'll fill my belly and even have some left over for tomorrow. Who should I thank for these gifts?
All this is from the Kuttenberg Guild and the good King Wenceslas.
Is this how the guild takes care of us? Wonderful. May God bless our King Wenceslas. Take care for now.
Greetings, sir.
I brought you some...
Dear God, I'll feed my whole family and have some leftover for the neighbours. Who should I thank for these?
For everything, thank the local...
Is this how the guild takes? May God bless.
See you later.
Greetings, my friend.
I brought you...
Sweet Jesus! I'll fill my belly and eat. Who do I...
For every...
Is this... May God... Take care, sir.
For the God be with you, sir.
I'm bringing...
Thank the...
Long! Take care now.
Good soul, help out a poor beggar. Think of your
Be careful. It isn't safe around here. Do you have a kind
too late for you. Go home. All it takes is a bit of nightshade in your husband's food, and you'll be safe again.
Keep close to the others.
Good morning.
I brought you...
Dear, I'll fill my... Who should...
For it?
Is this... May God... God be with you.
Well, come to your senses yet?
Oh, fuck you. I'm telling you.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Easy. Good horse.
Good day.
Greeting.
For the love of Christ.
Whoa, whoa.
God bless.
I did what you asked me to do.
Great! So you robbed the chest and fed the poor?
The chest is emptied.
And you left the cabbage for him?
No.
Oh, it was such an easy task. Never mind. What about the beggars?
I fed as many people as I could.
You're a hero. Folk will really appreciate that, you know. They've never eaten like this before. Now, that wasn't so hard, was it? And that feeling of satisfaction. We may not be any richer, and yet...
You know what? I'm beginning to understand the guild's modesty.
See? And now, let's talk about your next job. Just before I tell you more about it, try talking to Rat. I'm sure there are a few side jobs for a chap like you. And Goliath could teach you how to throw a proper punch. He's the best brawler far and wide.
I'll have a bite to eat, thanks.
You said you have some more work for me. What is it?
Well, you might have noticed there's some houses in Kuttenberg with peculiar symbols on them.
What symbols?
Kind of little markings you'd easily miss if you don't know about them. But you'll spot them if you keep your eyes peeled.
What are they for?
Before we was here, before the guild, even before Sigismund turned up, this whole place was under the thumb of another gang. They didn't have a name, and they wasn't aiming at a greater cause like us. They was mostly thieves, but it was hard to get the drop on them. on account of how cunning they was.
And they used these symbols?
They thought them up.
And what were they for, these symbols?
It was a way of marking houses. One of the crew drew a symbol to send a message to the others.
Smart idea. But what's it got to do with me?
Being able to use them symbols would come in plenty handy for us. Think of all the benefits. We tracked down one of the old gang recently. His name's Hinek, but he used to call himself Greaser. He was a bit of a know-it-all and made fun of everything. I sent Hogg to find out the meaning of the symbols from him, but I'd rather someone else kept an eye on him.
Where can I find this Hinek Greaser fella?
I'm glad you're up for it. His house is on the edge of the check quarter, near the gate. Care for now?
Well... You want another?
What a... load of shit. One beer after another.
It happens! Just watch where you're going next time.
Greetings. Do you need something?
I'd like to learn something.
What are you interested?
I need to learn how to defend myself.
Thanks. I'll teach you one.
Oh, drink to that!
You shouldn't be walking around like that here. Hey, Henry, come over here.
Chenyak wants me to do something.
What does he want this time? That idiot would be better off finding himself a woman instead of thinking up damn fool shit. Let me guess. It's something real important that'll help us in our noble cause.
I'm supposed to keep an eye on Hogg, who went to find out the meaning of the old thieves' symbols around Kuttenberg.
And what do you think about it? Are you gonna help him?
I think so. It could help in our fight against Sigismund.
I guarantee you Sigismund don't give a fuck about no scribbles on houses. This is just a missed opportunity for us to line our purses.
You think so?
Look here, friend. If you find out something about them symbols, tell me, and I mean only me. I promise you, we'll make a fortune out of it. They ain't just any old symbols. They're thieves' symbols, see? Help me out, and you won't regret it.
I'll have to think about it.
Don't wear your brain out. There ain't nothing to think over. When you find out more about them symbols, you know where to find me. Farewell.
People, show mercy. Do a good deed.
Easy, easy. Nice and slow. Whoa! Whoa! I was at Adam's bathhouse.
And how did it go? Tell me.
I asked about Naz, and let's say he won't feel as comfortable there as he used to.
That sounds good. At least he might be willing to talk to me now.
Oh, so I don't forget, I brought you something. This is some precious oil they mix into his bath. He's crazy about it, it seems. So you can surprise him when he turns up here.
That's great. Thank you.
What are we going to do now? Wait?
Well, there's one more counselor we could get on our side.
Who?
Councillor Tuchmacher. Apparently, some nobleman accused him of swindling his customers, and he has some problems now, or something like that. If you go to him and ask, maybe he'd appreciate some help.
Who is this Tuchmacher? What else do you know about him?
He's a master tailor and draper. He has a shop in Town Hall Street. And he's one of the councillors who's likely to vote for Adam. He was always a bastard.
You know each other?
It depends on what you mean. We had a bit of a row some years back, and he's pissed off with me. I'd never have thought that moron would be on the council.
What about the other councillors? Have you spoken to any?
I've given bribes and promised favors, but nothing is certain. Unless Naz is eating out of the palm of my hand, we need every vote we can get.
All right. I'll go and see him and find out what's up.
Oh, and when I said we had a bit of a row, maybe it'd be best not to say I sent you. He might not take kindly to it.
All right. Don't worry. Slowly. Nice and slow. Whoa, whoa.
Careful.
I apologize.
A young fella, but they say no one stands a chance against him.
I heard you're having trouble with some noblemen.
What's that got to do with you?
Nothing. But maybe I could help you.
And you just feel like helping me, do you? Because you've got a big heart? I don't buy it. What's your game?
Do the municipal bathhouse and the clean tax mean anything to you?
Of course! I'm a member of the Kuttenberg Council.
So, when you're going to choose the bathhouse, I need you to vote for the Kingfisher.
Why are you interested in bathhouses?
I'm helping Betty, who owns the bathhouse.
It's her bathhouse?
Aye, it is.
Forget about it, lad. I wouldn't help that woman if my life depended on it. Discussion over. Farewell. God be with you, sir.
Slowly. Nice and slow.
Excuse me. Are you going to the market tomorrow?
I heard you're having trouble with...
What's that?
Nothing.
And you just... I don't...
Do the
Of course!
So, when you're gonna...
Why are you...
Let's say it's in my interest if they make a profit. I contributed to the furnishings, and I expect to get a return on that soon.
Oh, I see what you mean. Aye, why not? If you can help me, my vote is yours. But only if you succeed.
It's a deal. What's it all about, then?
I had a bit of a quarrel with Sir Jan of Leschin, and I need someone young and strong to take my place in a duel.
You're gonna fight?
You'll do the fighting, and that will settle our dispute. Do you agree?
What did you quarrel about?
Just a silly misunderstanding. Some nobleman's servant ordered a coat for his lord, except he kept urging me, and I ran out of the right fabric. So I used a different fabric in some places, and the lord noticed and accused me of swindling him.
Well, you did, didn't you?
What was I supposed to do? I'd also have been in trouble if I didn't deliver it on time.
All right. What happened next?
I wanted the bailiff to adjudicate, because I'm on good terms with him. But the nobleman insisted it to be resolved under the law of the realm, because the city law doesn't apply to him. And that means settling the dispute under the watchful eyes of God, by combat.
What are the rules of the duel?
You don't need to worry. It's not to the death.
What weapons?
Well, as I'm not a nobleman, I'm not allowed to use a sword. But you can use a mace, flail, or a hunting sword.
Oh, great. And armor?
No plate armor.
And the nobleman?
He can have everything. Sword and armor.
That's hardly a fair fight.
That's by the by, though. If I'm in the right, you'll beat him even with a stick. God's hand will guide you.
Well, I hope so. Why don't you refuse to fight the duel if you don't feel up to it?
Are you out of your mind? Disobey a nobleman? I could end up battered black and blue, or swinging from the end of a rope. What's more, I'm in the right. I've never stolen anything, and God's favor will prove it.
Have you had this kind of problem with customers before?
Never! I've never had any complaints before this. I had a good reputation in Kuttenberg, and now I'm disgraced.
It won't be my first duel, so why not? I'll take your place.
I'm glad I've found someone with courage.
Where's the duel going to take place?
The dueling spot is secret. It's out of town, so we'll go there together. If you're ready, we can set off right away.
Let's go.
I'm here like we agreed, sir.
Tuchmacher. Who's this with you?
My champion. He's going to fight in my name.
Sir?
I would laugh in your face here and now, but that wouldn't be chivalrous. So I'll just ask if you're ready, lad.
I'm ready.
You have to say it's of your own free will.
I, Henry of Skalitz, fully aware of all the risks, am prepared to represent Tuchmacher in combat to restore his honor, and I shall win or lose in his name. Let God's will decide the outcome.
If you fight as well as you speak, you could be a worthy opponent. I was afraid Tuchmacher would beg for forgiveness. Shall we begin?
I see you're fully kitted out to fight me, sir.
Are you objecting?
No. But I have to be practically naked while you're in full armor. That's like you on a horse racing some poor fellow on a cow.
You cast doubt on my swordsmanship. All right. I'll show you I can trounce you even without plate armor, boy.
Let's get on with it.
Hold your horses. Toothmarker, how has your champion geared up? The wrong weapon and plate armor? Listen here, youngster. You'll fight with what's appropriate for a man of Toothmarker's status. Some bludgeon or hunting sword. And take off that plate, or there'll be no duel. Well, what's it to be?
Let's go then.
Listen, laddie. There are rules to this duel, and you can only have a weapon befitting Toothmarker's rank, meaning a flail or a hunting sword. And take off that plate. Well, are we going to... fight? Well?
Let's go.
Listen, lad. Well, are we going to fight? Are you right in the head? Sod off with that weapon. That's more like it. Well?
Let's go then.
Listen, laddie. Well?
Let's go.
Listen, laddie. There are rules to the... Well, what's it to... be? Well?
Let's go then.
Are you testing my... You're supposed to have a weapon befitting Toothmarker's status. No swords, no shields. Get a flail or a hunting sword, and we can begin.
All right. No need to lose your rag.
Well, what's it to be?
Be careful. God is punishing us for our sins.
Sure. Do you want them?
I need some kind of jacket. I'm supposed to go to a christening and have nothing to wear.
Nothing to your liking.
How long has it been since he went missing? Then so does half the town. And that... for Councilman Naz as well.
Of course he knows. He's the one sending it.
Be careful.
Careful. My respects. Take your pick.
Word about the...
You see, I was glad to be of help to you, good sir.
It happened. Just watch where you're going next time.
This one is sharpened already. Slowly. Nice and slow. Go! God! Quick! Quick! God! Whoa!
Well?
Let's go then.
Listen, laddie. Well?
Let's go then.
Are you testing? You're supposed to have a weapon befitting Tuchmacher. Get a flail.
All right.
Well, what's it to be? Well?
I need a moment.
Well?
Let's go.
Are you You're supposed to have a weapon befitting Get a flail.
All right.
Well, are we going to fight? Well?
Let's go then.
Today, these two men choose to settle a dispute concerning swindling and an accusation of lying. Noble Sir Jan of Lechtin and Kuddenberg Councillor Tuchmacher, represented by Henry. Both men confirm that the party whom God guides to victory in the duel has right on his side, and the defeated party is obliged to make good his debt. The combat shall continue until one of the combatants yields or flees. Are you ready? Begin.
Out of breath already?
For glory and carnage, die!
Ow! What? Is that all you've got?
Battle is over, and God's providence determined the winner.
Oh,
You have heard God's
a bandage! Quick! Phew. I hope that's enough. Well done. You were better. But that Tookmarker is just a devious little burger.
You really gave him what for? From the right, from the left, parry, strike. Thanks. Thanks very much.
You're welcome. I hope you'll fulfill your side of our deal now.
Most certainly.
And next time, don't resolve your disputes by combat.
Next time, I'll be careful who I make coats for. Ha 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 ha.
Farewell.
Farewell.
There you are! Halt! Give up!
I surrender!
You're a wanted man. You're that damn pickpocket who's been sticking his fingers in other people's purses.
All right, I'll pay. I don't want any trouble.
Now, let's have a look at what you've stolen. Show me the goods. And if I find anything else on you that doesn't belong to you, I'll confiscate that too.
Take a look then.
Good. You don't have anything else on you that doesn't belong to you. In that case,
I went to see Tookmaker.
How did it go? Will he vote for us?
He had a quarrel with some nobleman who challenged him to a duel.
A duel? Like a fencing one? I didn't think people still fought duels. Aren't they banned?
It's not unusual. Noblemen still duel all the time.
And what did he want from you?
He didn't dare fight himself, so he was looking for a champion.
And how did it turn out?
He'll help us.
Really? That's wonderful. Wow, Henry, you hero.
Don't celebrate yet. It's only one vote.
But it's an important vote. Now we just have to wait till the council meets.
So now we just have to wait till they vote?
Come back in a few days' time. The councillors should have voted by then.
I will.
Good doggy. Good boy.
Halt! Who's there?
God damn it, Hog! What have you done? We won't get anything out of him now.
Oh, you really startled me there. You've got to help me.
What the fuck happened here?
Well, he had a fall.
A fall? He just fell over all on his own and ended up like this?
On his own, honest to God. Fell over and died right before my eyes.
Oh, Jesus. Tell me everything from the beginning.
Well, Chenyek sent me to go and ask about them symbols.
You know, polite like. Only this bastard started fucking with me.
And what happened next?
He was laughing in my face, giving me all sorts of riddles. So I lost it and gave him a bit of a slap. Only he caught another one from the table on the way down and it ended up like this.
Chenyek had a hunch this might happen. Did he find out anything about the symbols, at least, before this?
When I start seeing red, I don't ask no questions.
Do you remember anything, at least? Anything?
Well, he talked to me in riddles. So I tell him I ain't no little kid, and to talk to me normal like.
And then?
When he saw the smoke coming out of my ears, he said he'd show me some important parchment, but that annoyed me even more. Do I look like a fucking scribe?
Was there something written on it?
Well, how should I know? I gave him a slap, and that was that. Well, take a look at it yourself. I reckon you've got a better head on you. He had some parchment on him. Well, can you read it? I can't read. Take a look yourself. Well, can you read it?
You have a kind master.
So, did you read it?
Yes, but unfortunately for you, it's another riddle.
Oh, Della!
Something about a vineyard and running water. I can't make much sense of it.
The bastard! He's fucking with us, even from beyond the grave!
Well, it's our only lead to find out anything about the symbols.
Oh, I don't have the noggin for this shit, Henry. Chenyek has the quickest wit of all of us. If you can't crack it, you can ask him. But please, don't tell him nothing about me. You won't come up with nothing new.
Oh, you mutt.
Here you go. Take it. Nice and slow. Whoa.
I'll have to see.
I apologise.
Keep close to the...
Good afternoon.
I don't have anything for you yet.
All right. Come.
Hinnet gave Hogg a peculiar riddle, and we can't quite figure it out.
Old Greaser was known for those. Tell me then, what did he say?
A vineyard in the town. Strange, but who knows? And yet there it is, quite nearby, by the water that gushes. Now listen and try to keep your eyes open so that you can tell. Shortly after the midday bell, you'll find us where the shadow goes.
Sounds pretty mixed up to me. A vineyard. I only know the one outside of town, but Riddle mentions one inside of it. It must be something similar to a vineyard, and the part with the water might be a well? Or maybe a fountain?
Well, thanks. I'll see what I can do.
Give me something to eat, thanks. Hurry up, it needs a horse.
I don't have anything.
All right.
I'll be right with you.
I'm a bit peckish.
Coming right up.
Greetings.
Oh, good day.
Be careful. It's not safe here.
You silly doggy.
Apparently, the city council is organizing another collection.
A fountain? Where does the water come from? Here, in the middle of the city.
Can we do? We'll order from someone else.
What? You're not allowed here. That's it. Go now.
Suppose it was not.
Nobody's opened this door in ages. Oof. It's pretty musty in here. This is no regular cellar. This must be it.
What the?
The smell of some.
Nice and slow.
That's where you're wrong.
When we catch a fella cheap, we can do whatever
Young
we
people today.
Excuse me.
Hey, innkeeper, that beer!
Good health.
Day to you.
It's a bit more complicated with those symbols.
How come?
It's actually rather simple.
Excellent, Henry. What did you find out?
I've deciphered the meaning of the symbols.
Fantastic. How do you manage that?
Well, it was pretty confusing. But in the end, I managed to find the old thieves' hideout.
And what about Hogg?
He killed Hinek. He didn't mean to, but he did.
That moron. Sometimes he snaps, and then people think we're all like that. And that the guild is just a bunch of thugs and ne'er-do-wells.
Thankfully, Hinek had a parchment on him that led me to the symbols.
Let me see. I'll copy them. These will come in handy. Imagine the look on Sigismund's face when his rich friends in the city start running out of silver.
Here they are. I'm glad I could help.
Tunnel markings. Great! And I saw this symbol for riches on the house right next door. You can go and check it out if you want.
Do you have any more work for me?
Not just now, but something's coming. I'll send for you when the time's right.
Excuse me? What's going on?
What kind
Lying here.